I'm Yvette Johnson-Walker. I'm a veterinarian and a clinical epidemiologist. I also serve as coordinator for diversity and inclusion at the University of Illinois College of Veterinary Medicine. Today, I'd like to talk a bit about the role of religious diversity in veterinary medicine and veterinary practice in particular. I became involved with the idea of religious diversity in veterinary medicine really through a series of circumstances that happened throughout my career where we came to that intersection between the beliefs of the client and how that might impact the care of their animals, or how understanding the beliefs of the client would help the veterinarian provide better care to the client. There's a wide variety of belief systems and spiritual beliefs around the relationship between people and their animals, and that understanding some of those relationships is going to be important to having a successful relationship with the client. Religious diversity really is understanding that there are multiple perspectives and views on people's spiritual relationship, on whether or not they believe in a higher power or what higher power they believe in. Looking at people's understanding and beliefs around especially death and dying and pain relief will help you relate better to your clients, which then leads to better health outcomes for the animals, which is the end goal we're all trying to achieve. An example that happens on a daily basis in companion animal care, let's say it's a dog named Leo, you've been caring for this pet for quite some time, providing palliative care because he's got a terminal diagnosis that involves a cancer that can be very painful. At some point, as his quality of life starts to deteriorate, the veterinarian and the veterinary staff may feel that it's time to present Leo's owners with the option of euthanasia. If you haven't had these conversations before, you don't know the spiritual or religious beliefs of the clients, it can become an unpleasant circumstance when you're presenting something that people find offensive as the option. And usually the veterinarians, the veterinary staff, feel that this is an important part of relieving suffering, that it's a gift that we can give to the pet and to their owners to allow their animal to die peacefully. But if it's considered an offense that will lead to that animal's eternal soul suffering forever, then the perspective of the client can be very, very different. Kind of the gold standard solution would be that early on in your relationship with Leo's owners, you've had some dialogue and that you've exchanged and that you've talked about what end-of-life care would look like, that perhaps on even your intake form for new patients, new clients, you've asked, are there any religious or spiritual beliefs that you would like this practice to honor while we care for your pet? Then we can start to have these dialogues and understand perspectives when it's not a crisis. Another example was relayed to me by a former student who was involved in an outbreak investigation of Rocky Mountain spotted fever impacting Diné or Navajo community in the US. So ticks transmit the disease, they can carry it, they'll get it from feeding on dogs or other animals and then can give it to people. Outside of that community, the typical response in the US would be to round up the stray dogs, and if you can't find homes for them, euthanize those dogs so that they don't become a reservoir for Rocky Mountain spotted fever for the people in the community. After working through and talking to people, talking to spiritual leaders in the community and gaining some understanding of the fact that dogs are believed to protect the people essentially from negative energy and negative spirits, they ended up going with some of the long-term tick preventive medication, and that people were quite willing to round up dogs and bring them in to get tick prevention. They're much more willing to work with public health partners if there's a future outbreak of some sort, because we've now established a relationship and that they understand that the goal is not to force people to change their beliefs, but to find a solution that fits within their beliefs that works for everyone. From a workspace perspective, you often spend more time with your colleagues at work than you do with your own family. and that if you want the workplace to be a positive, supportive, inclusive environment, then it helps a lot if people feel that they can bring this aspect of their lives with them to work. What it looks like on a practical level can simply be making sure you consider different dietary restrictions when you're having a potluck or some sort of event where food is being shared. I think the goal is that we're not trying to change anyone's beliefs to align with our own. It's saying that now that I understand what you believe, and then returning to the fact that the goal is better care for the animal. Just like you have to learn about changes in medical technology and treatment options and diagnostics that change over time. Demographics and dynamics within your community change over time, and the way people practice their faith may change over time. And so it's a continual process. It's about being a lifelong learner as opposed to checking a box.